Hello, everyone. My name is Danny Gruning. I'm the VP of Marketing at CreativeWorks, and today I am joined by the owner of Crave Golf Club, Chucky Blalock. So, Chucky, I'm just going to throw it your way. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business?
For sure. So yeah, as you said, my name is Chucky Blalock here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. We've got several different attractions. We started off with Top Jump, which is our trampoline park here. Then we expanded into a couple different retail stores. Then we opened up our mini golf Crave Golf Club, which where we've done some stuff with Creative Works. And then we've also got Lumberjack Feud, which is a show as well as a zipline adventure park.
So, with Crave Golf Club, you had, if I understand correctly, an area that wasn't performing as well as you had wanted, and you were looking for a new attraction. Can you kind of walk us through why you were searching for a new attraction and kind of what your goal was with that?
For sure. So Crave is a sweet themed action. So anything that you can ever crave is what we have there, and that's our thematical like presence. So from chocolate bars to candy to ice cream to just any kind of stuff bubble gum, just any kind of stuff that you can imagine is kind of our thematical elements of Crave. And so to complement that, we look to the food side of things. And so originally we opened up with a milkshake bar. So our goal is to, as people are going through, maybe they take a shake or take some ice cream with them to play golf. And we learned that that's not the best idea from a cleaning perspective to have people trying to carry milkshakes and stuff like that all throughout our facility. And so that was part of our issue. But the big issue was from a labor perspective. And so when we looked at our profitability of that space, which was actually, it took up a lot of space. So we probably had around maybe 700 square feet dedicated to our milkshake bar. It was a very large, beautiful looking bar with rounded front and everything. But per square foot, it wasn't performing to what we needed it to when we compared it to like our revenue per square foot from mini bowling or our candy store or anything like that. And so we started to look at what the issues were. Number one, we weren't getting enough sales. But number two, from a profit per square foot perspective, it was getting blown away by every other aspect of our business. And so we were like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. So last year we made X number of dollars, about $25,000 in profit in our milkshake bar. And per square foot, when you look at how much space it's taking up, that's just not a good amount. So what can we do to work on that? So a couple of things. Number one, with ice cream, you've got a cost of goods. And then number two, with ice cream, you got a ton of labor. Because in our busy season, we'd have to have anywhere from 4 to 6 people making shakes all day there. And at that low of a per cap rate on ice cream or milkshakes, it's just very inefficient to sell ice cream that way. I mean, there's definitely a high margin on ice cream, like a low cost of goods, but when you throw the labor in, it really messes you up. And so we were looking for something to cut our labor and to cut our cost of goods.
Once you decided to do escape rooms, did you look at any multiple competitors of escape room product providers? And if so, why did you end up choosing CreativeWorks?
So we've done a couple different things with you guys in the past, and so we know that we like working with you. I don't even think we looked at anybody else, more specifically because we were looking at the autonomous rooms, and nobody offers those. And so with those autonomous rooms, we can really run 2 escape rooms with about a person and a half. So one person watching the screens and taking care of the guests there, and then another person that's kind of split between working our concessions area that we do still have and putting guests in as their time comes up for escape rooms. So we were looking for something that could have a 5 to 10 minute turnaround time and not have that added labor expense.
And so far, since you've been operating those escape rooms and you chose the zombie research lab and made autonomous rooms, how have your guests responded to those attractions?
Yeah, they love it. I mean, our reviews are very positive, and the guests really they like the themes. They're very friendly to the guests as far as kids and adults. We do have a wide variety of ages here, and these are definitely Mayday specifically is extremely difficult. So kids aren't able to solve it by themselves. So it really kind of engages the whole family in the activity, which is something that not a lot of things can do.
Right now during COVID, labor is particularly important. It's always important in any business, especially in the entertainment environment. But right now in COVID, everyone's trying to run as lean as they can. With the autonomous rooms and having kind of one person and kind of half of a person, a floater, being able to operate that, how has that been able to cut down on your labor costs and allowed you to operate more profitably and efficiently?
For sure. I mean, well, when you can, I guess the only way to really compare that was to what we were doing, which was our ice cream bar compared to this. I mean, when we were looking at our ice cream bar, we were looking somewhere in the neighborhood of eighty to $85,000 a year in labor for the ice cream bar. And now looking at the escape rooms, we're looking somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 40,000, maybe 50,000, depending on how many hours a year we're open. And so that's, I mean, right there, that's a whole person basically that you don't have to have either on staff or anything, because it has been a lot more difficult this year.
And you mentioned with switching to escape rooms, you had a significantly lower labor cost for the year. But on top of that, I believe you mentioned that both your revenue in that area as well as your profitability increased. Could you speak a little bit about that?
For sure, yeah. So just looking at our revenues, I mean, our revenues compared to our ice cream bar, we're up like almost 170% over our full year of our ice cream bar, which is huge. I mean, that's almost tripling the revenue compared to what it was. And then as far as our profitability goes, our labor went down and our cost of goods went away. And so our profitability is up about 650% per square foot in that space. So that's just a huge increase. That's just free cash flow to the bottom line. So that's been a big deal.
And I know you're really into the statistics of your business, especially when it comes to, like you mentioned, the per capita revenue that you make for each customer. When you compare 2020 to previous years before having escape rooms, has that per capita revenue increased?
Definitely. So, I mean, I can break down some numbers real quick if I can pull this spreadsheet open and kind of tell you how it compares to like what we were doing per cap with ice cream versus what we're doing now. And so looking at like our per cap with ice cream ran around 60 cents a person or so. And now our per cap in escape rooms is about $1.80. So it's almost a 300% increase per capita, which that's huge. And so, if you have 100,000 people coming through your doors and you can make an extra $1.20 a person, you just made another 120 grand. And that's usually all straight to the bottom line, increasing your per cap rates less your cost of goods sold and stuff like that. But with escape rooms, there is no cost of goods sold. So everything else is fixed as far as our electricity and rent and loan payments and all that stuff. All that's fixed. So any extra cash flow just goes straight to the bottom line.
Well, thank you, Chucky, so much for sharing your experience with us and everybody watching. It's been really helpful, and we appreciate your support as a client. And anything that you need, we're here for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for checking out the Creative Works YouTube channel. If you'd like to watch more videos about how we create immersive attractions for the amusement parks and entertainment industry, click over here and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.